Good morning, Facebook. We are live again, Monday, July 9th. And boy, do I have some stories for you guys today. Let's give it a second for some people to check in. I've got in the room with me Kendra and Christy. Kendra, how you doing?
Fantastic.
She is also taping me as we're doing this, trying to make me nervous, but it's all good. Because I got some good stuff to share with you guys today about planning. Not because I want you to know, but because of what happened to me over the weekend. A lot of you may know that I went camping in Ouray, Colorado. It's out past Montrose. It's the southwest corner of Colorado. It's way out there. And what's so exciting about that place is it has the best jeeping trails, I think, in the world outside of Mount Everest. It's crazy. Like, we had a Jeep at 13,114 feet. 13,114. What's so funny?
Nothing.
So anyhow, what happened was we had a great week. We used the Jeeps. We had a good time. And we packed up everything Friday morning about 10:30 and started our drive back to the Springs. And my Suburban broke down in Montrose. It's 5 hours away. And so basically, that's what my whole video today is about having a plan. But I also want to discuss a little bit about how we got to this point. So we're driving down the road in Montrose, getting ready to make our turn and go up to hit the Monarch Pass, which is about 11,000 feet, I believe. Anybody want to help me?
That's
Fact
right.
checkers.
That's right.
I think it's like 11.5 for Monarch Pass. It's a big
It's a
one.
big one.
But we didn't get that far because my car started making all these noises, and I was like, oh man, this is difficult. We need to stop before we start up the pass. So after about an hour's worth of diagnostics, we found out that I have a bad front differential in my Suburban. Okay, so on any normal day, you can probably get that fixed for about $1,000. But we're pushing up against noon on a Friday. Holiday week is July the 7th, and so in Montrose, Colorado. So basically, it was really difficult, but they found one. So we set up camp outside of the transmission shop, and they basically sent a part over. They fixed it at 3:45, 15 minutes before they closed. 15 minutes before they closed, they came out and said, "Hey, man, this part didn't work either." Yeah, let that sink in. So basically, they're like, this didn't work. We're going to have to get back at this on Monday. We don't know what you guys are going to do, but have a great weekend. We'll see you next week. And so, granted, we're 5 hours away from home with a camper on the ground that weighs 5,000 pounds that you can't just hook a minivan up to. I mean, we're like, okay, we are so screwed. So first part about the plan, before I continue the story, is keeping a little bit of an emergency fund. Reasons that you don't have to come and see me to buy a car, right? So I'm not saying that we got it like that and, oh yeah, we got $1,000 or whatever to fix that part, but the reason why we do is because I made a plan to have that money set aside for vehicle repairs. So you hear guys talk about this all the time, or people talk about it, like having an emergency fund. They usually use that big number that's usually way out there. They're like, a year's worth of your salary should be in the bank at all times. Tough to stay at that number, or to keep that number, or even achieve that number for a lot of people. But being completely planless is not a plan. Like, hope is not a plan. So basically, when my car broke down, I was upset that it happened, but it's a car. They break, guys. It's normal for that process to happen on a vehicle. It's going to happen. If you're driving a car, at some point in time, it's going to break. So basically, have some sort of a plan where you have some type of emergency fund available to repair your car, okay? So, and then once you hit a specific number, then you can ask yourself, if you need a question, should you be even repairing this car? You can find those answers out by talking to me as well, because we can evaluate your vehicle and we can let you know, hey, your vehicle's worth $3,000 at this point in its life. I know you want to keep it till the wheels come off, but if you approach a repair that's $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, we need to seriously think about, why are we repairing this vehicle? So that's the first thing. Now I'll continue on with the story. So basically, we're up to the point where they said they're going to replace the front differential, and then at 3:45, they're like, hey man, the new part we just put in is broken as well. So there's nothing more we can do for you until Monday. I was like, wow. How do we get around that? We dumped all the stuff out of the camper. I left my wedding ring in the vehicle, all kinds of stuff that I probably shouldn't put on Facebook Live. But we were so discombobulated, we just basically grabbed everything we could out of the camper, threw it into a minivan that we rented on the spot for a one-way rental, which is expensive. And then we took off and left everything there. So fast forward to Monday morning, and what happened was they called me and said they have misdiagnosed the problem. And I'm sitting here like, oh boy, he's going to tell me it's a transmission. It was not a transmission. It was a rear differential. So $1,000 repair has just gone to about $1,450 to get a new rear differential put into the Suburban. So that'll happen. He'll get that vehicle ready, and we'll have to make a 5-hour trip one way to go pick that vehicle and that camper up and bring it back sometimes this week. So yeah, that's what happened. So as all of this is going on this weekend, I start thinking about talking to my clients and my friends about why they don't plan their vehicle repairs and purchases. Why don't people do that? I have been doing this for 25 years, and I have yet to have a customer come in and say, we've got everything all planned out. We know what our budget is. We know what we're going to have to spend on the next vehicle. We're ready to put that plan into application and get our next vehicle within the next 3 months. Here's the stories I get. Hey, Ronnie, my car broke down this weekend, and we need to replace it by tomorrow. What do you want to buy? We're not sure, but we know our last vehicle, we owned it for cash, and the payments on that were $200. We need a third seat. We need reliability. We need a towing package. We need all of this stuff. And we like that $200 budget. And so I don't think they're doing that on purpose. I think they just haven't put any thought into it. Like, what is this going to cost us when it's time to get a new vehicle? Following what I'm saying? Like, so, people plan having kids. They plan buying a house. That's one of the big ones. People, first thing they do is they go get pre-approved. How much house can we buy? What's our payment going to be? That's a normal conversation for people to have. They want to know what their payment's going to be for their mortgage. They've been paying $1,200 a month in rent. They want to move into a 3-bedroom house that's going to be $1,500 a month. They figure that out mentally, and then they go execute that plan and buy a house. We can all agree on that, right? Seems to never happen in the car business. It's always an impulsive moment. It's always something where we've got to get this fixed right now. My car got destroyed in hail, and I got to get it fixed right now. I have no idea what I'm buying. I have no idea what it's going to cost. But I got to get it done right now. And I know some of you can relate to that because you've seen it happen to your friends, your family, or maybe even yourself. So what I want to talk about is what you need to do. If you're driving a vehicle that is out of factory warranty right now, let's just use that as our benchmark. It no longer has the 3-year 36,000 mile warranty or the 5-year 60,000 mile powertrain warranty. So any vehicle you have that is over 60,000 miles, we should probably talk about what your next vehicle is going to cost you in this day and age, because I can guarantee you it's not going to cost what it cost before. So case in point, the Suburban I'm driving that pulls my camper, we use it about 5 times a year. It's a $60,000 car now. Back when that vehicle was new, it was $30,000 in 2001. Seriously, if I wanted to get another Suburban today, I'm going to spend probably between $55,000 and $65,000 depending on the equipment that's on the vehicle. I can tell you exactly what those payments are going to be, how much money I'm going to need down to get to a certain payment that'll be comfortable for me. I have all these answers because I'm in the business. However, I can give you these answers for free without you even buying a car from me. So what I'm telling you is that we need to educate our friends, our family, and get them to understand that, yeah, your car's great, and I understand you're going to keep it till the wheels come off. People say that all the time. I'm keeping this till the wheels come off. The wheels are going to come off, guys. And so what we need to do is lessen the stress that we put on ourselves by planning what these costs are going to be. They're always going to be variable. They're going to have some level of change to them. However, if you're driving a Suburban right now with 150,000 miles on it, and you're thinking, this is great, we're going to keep it till the wheels come off, but you still are going to have 3 kids in the car for the next 10 years, we probably should talk about exactly what your next vehicle is going to cost and what those monthly payments are going to look like. And if you want a certain payment, how much cash do you need to put down? Those types of things you should have in your memory banks so that you can understand exactly what's going to happen to you and your family. You can do that with us very simply. You can do most of that over the phone, guys. So I'm on a mission this year for 2018 and 2019 to help people plan these vehicle purchases better. I am getting tired of these impulsive things that happen. You know, they have a major problem today. We got to have it fixed by tomorrow. And here's another true statement. A vehicle is the number 2 most expensive purchase you will make in your life, next to your house. Unless you're out there buying $100,000 Rolexes, a car is the second most expensive thing you're going to buy in your life. And you'll do it over and over again. However, why don't we plan it? I'd like your answers in the comment box. Put some comments in there on why people don't plan what they're going to buy and what they think. Maybe they don't know that this type of information is available. And I can agree with some of that, because if you call a Toyota dealer, they're going to give you a Toyota answer, right? They're going to tell you, we can put you in this car today. And maybe that's just what you're used to. However, we can sit down with you and tell you what any car is going to cost you and what your budget's going to have to be, and help you make sense of it so that you will be able to better be prepared for what's going to happen when things break down. So that's what I wanted to share with you guys today. We're going to talk more about this in the future. I'm actually going to be doing some classes at my office. We're going to feed people and have classes about planning your vehicle purchases. Once again, this is not about just selling your cars, guys, but trying to help you out with figuring out what's going to happen next. We all need to do it, and some of us need to do it more than others. So if you have any questions, put them in the comments box. Let me know. And thanks for tuning in today. I'll come back to you next week and let you know how the return trip from Montrose is. I'll take some pictures. I'll show you guys the shop so you can see all of that stuff and what we had to go through. But let's not let it happen to you. And if it does happen to you, let's make sure you have a plan. Give us a call. Ronnie Haskins, Auto Search USA. Thanks for tuning in today. And as usual, share and like the page. And if you've got any questions, please put them in the comments box. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.